Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about new chapter organ and organ system. Organ and organ system in animals. Okay, children. First one, introduction part we are discussing from microbes to blue whales. From microbes to blue whales, organisms. Okay, organisms occur in different sizes and shapes with a well organized what are called with well organized organ and organ system. Well organized organ and organ systems. Okay, children. So the tissues, what will happen? You see, tissues organizes to form organs to organ system to, you know very well, the most important one, what you called multicellular organisms. Okay, so like this takes place. Okay, children. Now organization is like this. Organization is essential. Organization is essential for efficient, okay children, efficient and better coordinated activities of millions of cells constituting an organism. Next, what you are doing here, the organisms. Okay, morphology and anatomy of three organisms we are going to discuss. What are those three organisms placed at different okay children, placed at different evolutionary levels to show their organization and functions. Okay children, so what is morphology here? Morphology refers to the morphology study of form or external visible features. Okay children, and the anatomy. What is anatomy? Come on children. Anatomy means in of what you call anatomy means you study of what you called internal study of internal organs in the which one animals. Okay, animals. Okay, children. So this point you should have to remember. Okay, this chapter we are going to discuss about anatomy and morphology. In this chapter we are going to discuss about anatomy and morphology of earthworm of earthworm. Number 1, cockroach. Number 2, and frog. Cockroach and frog we are going to discuss. And earthworm, cockroach and frog majorly we will be discussing. Okay, children. Okay, listen very carefully. We are going to discuss about organ and organ system in animals. Microbes to blue whale organisms are there. Microbes you know very well, so small. Blue whale means very big. Okay, so blue whales are very big. Organisms occur different, small to very big sizes are there, shapes are there. With a well developed organized, what you call organ and organ system is there. You know very well, tissues chapter we discussed tissues converted into organs. Tissues organized to form organs. Organs to united or combined organ system will be formed in multicellular organisms. This kind of organization, this kind of arrangement is called organization is essential for efficient and better coordinated activities of millions of cells constituting an organism. So why this organization is important to make like this? Why? Because efficient, better coordinated activities of millions of cells constituting an organism. So now we are going to discuss about morphology and anatomy of 3 organisms placed at different evolutionary levels, okay, to show their organization and functions. So what is morphology? The study of external visible features is called morphology. What is anatomy? Study of internal organs in the animals is called anatomy. So we are morphology and anatomy of earthworm, cockroach, frog. We are going to discuss in this chapter earthworm, cockroach and frog. Okay, children. Now observe very carefully one by one. First we are going to discuss about earthworm complete details. Okay, children. We are discussing complete details about which one? Earthworm. Earthworm. Okay, children. Observe very carefully. Earthworm. The earthworm scientific name. Earthworm scientific name is Lampito. What is called? Lampito maruti. What is called? Lampito maruti. Classification. So we are going to discuss about classification of earthworm. First one, phylum Annelida. Phylum Annelida. Okay, children. Class Oligochaeta. Class Oligochaeta. This point you should have to remember. Class Oligochaeta. Order Haplotaxida. What is called? Haplotaxida. Genus Lampito. Genus Lampito. Species what is called? Maruti. What is called? Species Maruti. So this is about which one? The classification of earthworm. Okay, children. First point. Earthworm is terrestrial. What is the meaning of this one? Terrestrial. What is this? Terrestrial invertebrate. Terrestrial invertebrate that inhabits the upper layers of the moist soil, upper layers of the moist soil, rich in decaying organic matter, rich decaying organic matter. This point is remember. Next point, what is we have to discuss is it is nocturnal. What is this one? It is nocturnal. Okay, children, nocturnal. Only night time it will be, and during the daytime and during the day it lives in burrows. Made by burrowing and swallowing the soil. So where in gardens they can be traced. Okay, in garden they can be traced by their fecal deposits. Known as worm. What do you call, children? Worm castings. Okay, children, this point you have to remember. On the soil surface. Okay, children, on the soil surface. Next point, the earthworms are considered as what? Earthworms are considered as friends of farmers. What you call the earthworms are considered the friends of farmers. Okay, children, the common Indian earthworms we are discussing now. The common, what you called, Indian earthworms. The common Indian earthworms we are discussing. What you call the common Indian earthworms we are going to discuss. The common Indian earthworms are, number one, first one. The common Indian earthworms are, number one, Lampitomariti. What do you call? Lampitomariti. So this is the most matured, and this is Megascolex. The Megascolex. This point you should have to remember. Megascolex. Lampitomariti. Megascolex mariti. This is also called Megascolex maritis. Next one, Perionyx. What do you call? Perionyx excavatus. Okay, children? Perionyx excavatus. Perionyx excavators and Metaphor and Metaphor. Okay, children, Metaphyre. This is the most important. Postma. Metaphyre. Postma. Okay, children. So this is called. This is also called Peritima. What is called? Peritima postuma. Peritima postuma. So like this, different types are there. Earthworms are also conveniently classed, okay, based on their ecological strategies. Classified. Earthworms are classified based on their ecological, okay children, ecological strategies. Ecological strategies as epigenics. Okay children, epigenics. Okay, and enesis. Okay children, enesics. What is called? Enesics. And another one is endogenics. Okay, endogenics. One epigenesis, third endogenesis. Like that is there. Epigenesis means what? Epigenesis. What is the meaning of epigenesis? The meaning of epigenesis in the Greek. For what do you call it? For upon the earth. Up on the earth. So this point you should have to for upon the earth. Next one, very important, all surface dwellers. These all are, okay, surface dwellers. Okay children, once listen carefully, observe very carefully. We are discussing about earthworm. The earthworm scientific name is Lampito. What is called? Lampito marti. The scientific name of earthworm is Lampito marti. The classification of earthworm. The phylum of earthworm is Annelida. Class Oligochaeta. Order Haplotoxida. Genus Lampito. Species Marti. So, okay children. Phylum Annelida. Class Oligochaeta. Order Haplotoxida. Genus Lampito. Species Marti. The terrestrial invertebrate that inhabits the upper layers of the moist soil rich in decaying organic matter. So what is this one? Terrestrial. Where they will live? The earthworms live on the land. Invertebrates. They don't have, vertebral column. That inhabits the upper layers of which one? Moist soil rich in decaying organic matter. So they live in the moist soil and rich in decaying organic matter. So these earthworms are nocturnal. You know what is the meaning of nocturnal? They can move in the night time. They will not be they cannot not that much active in the daytime. Only night time only they are active and they will do their activities. That's why the earthworms are called nocturnal. And during the day it lives in burrows, and these burrows made by burrowing and swallowing the soil. Like that they will make the burrows. In gardens, so where we can see this, in gardens they can be traced how their fecal deposits. So they can deposit their fecal. So by seeing their fecal deposit, we can guess or estimate there the earthworms are living like that. So that's why fecal deposits they are doing are living in the living. So that's why the earthworms are known as, or that fecal deposits are known as, what you call? Worm castings. What you call? Worm castings on the soil surface. Earthworms are considered as what you called friends of farmers. Earthworms are considered as friends of the farmers. The common Indian earthworms we are going to discuss. The common Indian earthworms, number one, what is called Lampito marti. Lampito Maruti, Megascolex Maruti. So number 2, Perionyx excavatus and Metaphyre posthyma. What do you call? Perionyx excavatus and Metaphyre posthyma. This is equal to Peritima posthyma. Classified. So like this, the scientific names are there, common Indian earthworms. And the earthworms also classified based on their ecological strategies where they can live. So for example, epigenics, Anisix and endogenics. Epigenics means, the Greek meaning of epi means upon the earth. They are surface dwellers. Okay children. Now we are going to discuss about epigenics, Anisix and endogenics we are discussing. Okay children. Observe very carefully. Observe very carefully. We are going to discuss about which one? The first one. What is the first one? Epigenics and Anisix and endogenics. We are discussing about epigenics. Okay. First, come on, listen very carefully. Epigenics. Epigenics. In the Greek, what I said in the Greek, for upon, recall, for upon the earth. For Greek, upon the earth. The next one, these all are, the epigenics are surface, recalled surface dwellers. Surface dwellers. Example, Perionyx. Perionyx excavatus. Perionyx excavatus and Eudrilus eugeniae. Eudrilus eugeniae. Okay children, next, Anisix. What is that one? Anisix. What is the meaning of Anisix? Here, the Greek for what we have to say, outer layer on the earth. Outer layer on the earth. What is called? Outer layer on the earth. Next, so outer layer on the earth are found in, where these Anisix are found in, very important children, upper layers. What is called? Upper layers of soil. They are found in upper layers of the soil. Example, here I am telling, Lampito Maruti. Next, another important, Lumbricus terrestris. Lumbicus terrestris. Next, last one, what I said, endogenics. What is called? Endogenesis. What is called? Endogenics or endogeics. Okay children, endogeics. So what is this endogeics? So within Greek for, what is one Greek for? Now what is this? Endogenics means Greek for within the layers, within the earth, within the earth. Okay children, within the earth are found in within the earth. Okay, these endogenics are recalled endogeics are found in, very important, deeper layers of the, what is called, deeper layers of the soil. Example, here I am telling example, octo, okay, octo, very important, octocaetona, Turstoni. Okay. Turstoni. Like this. The examples are there. Very, very important. Okay, children. Must and should. You should all to listen very carefully. Epigenics means Greek for upon the earth. Upon the earth means they live on the earth. So, are surface dwellers. Examples what? Perionyx excavators. Perionyx excavators. Perionyx excavators. And Udrilus eugeniae. Udrilus eugeniae. Perionyx excavators. Udrilus eugeniae. Anisix, Greek for outer layer on the earth. What is anisix? Outer layer on the earth are found in upper layers of the soil, where they can find their upper layers of the soil. So, Lampitomariti, examples, Lampitomariti and Lumbricus terrestris. Lampitomariti and Lumbricus terrestris. Endogenics, the Greek for within the earth, are found in deeper layers of the soil. Example, there they will be the endogenics, Greek for within the earth, are found in deeper layers of the soil. Example, Octochaetonoturistini. Octochaetonoturistini. Octochaetono. Okay, Octochaetonoturistini. Octochaetonoturistini. Pronunciation important. What are the pronunciation here? Perionyx excavatus, Udrilus eugeniae, Lampitomariti, Lumbricus terrestris, Octochaetonoturistini are the best examples of the what you call epigenics, anisix, and endogenics. Tomorrow we are going to discuss about next concept. What is that one? Morphology of earthworm. We will be discussing the next class. Which one? Morphology of earthworm. In the next class we will be discuss. Okay, children. Thank you very much. Next class we will discuss morphology.